Hello, good day. I trust this is reaching you well. Now, very quickly, we'll continue with our discussion on permutation and combination. Now, I've taken our time in our previous classes to introduce to you the concept of permutation and then combination, pointing out the differences between the two concepts. And then a quick one, just to remind you of what we have discussed, that your permutation has to do with arrangement. While combination that we will be delving into much more today has to do with what? Selection. And then your permutation, the order matters. Whereas in your combination, the order doesn't matter. Now, very quickly, what we have to discuss, which is your combination. We said selection of items in which order does not matter. That means the order in which you select them does not matter. I might have letter A, B, C, D, E. Now, selecting out of this letter, let's say I select B, I select D, I select E, and then I'm having B, D, and E. I'm having B, D, and E. Now, this is myself selecting B first, then D, then E. Probably I then selected E, followed by B, followed by D. At the end of the day, I'm still having B, D, and E. In the number of things I selected, there's just three. The order does not matter. Hope that is clear. Now, very quickly, not taking much of our time, let's delve into how we can solve problem relating to combination. Now, we have here the number of ways. Number of ways selection of items in which order does not matter. That means number of ways you can select items in which the order does not matter is given as your n combination R. Your n combination R and equal n factorial over n minus R factorial R factorial. That is the formula. That is, if you are having n object and you are selecting R out of that n, the solution will give you n factorial over n minus R factorial over R factorial. So that is what we are having here. Now, not taking much of our time. Of course, I help you see how that this formula is related to, if you remember in class, which I will be delving much more to today. I want to relate to you, remind you about that. I help you understand the fact that your n combination R is more very related to n permutation R over R factorial. You know where your n permutation R is what? N factorial over n minus R. Remember that? So you exactly. You remember this. So that's just by the way. I don't have much to really say with this. We'll come back to that some other time. But what we really want to deal with is that solving problem. We want to solve problem regarding combination. So we have solved examples here. We'll be reading out the example and then we'll look at the solution together. It says find out the number of ways in which a cricket team consisting of 11 players can be selected from 14 players. So for that case now, having a cricket team consisting of that was a problem related to 14 players. We have 14 players and then you want to select 11 out of that 14. That will be your n combination. That will be 14 combination 11. Our n in this case is obviously 14 and our R is 11. So 14 combination 11 will give you 14 factorial over 14 minus 11 factorial over R factorial, which is 11 factorial. So solving this, solving this will give us 14 factorial, which is 14 times 13 times 12 times 11. Let me solve at 11 factorial because I'm having this here, and then 14 minus 11, that's basically 3 factorial and 11 factorial. So what I'll be having now is that my 11 factorial cancel 11 factorial, and then we'll be having 14 times 13 times 12 over 3 times 2 times 1, so which will give us 3 here 4, 2 here 7, and then we'll do the remaining calculation to have the answer. So we'll be having 7 times 4 times 13, 7 times 4 times 13, and that will actually give us the answer to be, so we have 364 ways in which we can do that selection. We have 364 ways in which we can do that selection. So what have we pointed out here? Don't forget to actually explain how that your combination, it has to do with selection, and the order does not matter. Don't forget the example of the letters I showed with you. Whether I pick B first, D first, or E, I'm still picking B, D, E. And then I also reminded you of how that your combination is related to permutation, right? How it is related to permutation, and also we then rounded it off with looking at, so solving this example, looking at how we can select 11 players out of 14 players. That's 14 combination 11, and then we'll solve that to have this answer. All right, thank you. Watch out for the next video to learn more about combination. Take care.